Hi everyone, today I'm going to make the defense of my project. So my full name is Antonio Andres Parra Mercado. So let's go. So in the TV you have all the contents that I'm going to speak today, and that contents are included in my project. Well, so the first topics that we have is the title. So the title of my project is, I'm going to read this, is actions oriented to learning, respect and acceptance of the difference in the classroom to strengthen the teaching and learnings of English and successful coexistence. So in this case, I chose this title because it's a little resume about my project. Talk about the actions that I can do for better the problems of coexistence in the classroom, and at the same time better the process of learning and teaching of English. Okay? So what is the research question of my project? This is the research question of my project. Says how to achieve pedagogical the decrease of the coexistence problems and the increase of the level of English in the 10th grade student of the Nuevo Cervantes educational institutions. So in this case, we try to answer these research questions. Is what we can do for better the coexistence problems and at the same time better the level of English of the student in 10th grade in the Nuevo Cervantes educational institution. For this research question, we made a series of actions, a series of activities that in all the process of my project, I'm going to better the coexistence and I'm going to better at the same time the level of English, okay? So general and specific objectives says perform didactic activities that allow the learning of English and the improvement of the coexistence in the classroom. So as I told you in the research questions, we ask you how we can do for better the coexistence and better the level of English. So in this case, the general objective says more or less what is the solution about that question. Say that we are going to make didactic activities that are going to allow the learning of English and better the coexistence at the same time. In this case, we made activities that were in the respect, in the tolerance, that works in teamwork, that obviously allows that the students have better coexistence, works in team, and better English at the same time. And learn English, sorry. So this is the methodology type of research. So I'm going to put the camera up if you want to read this part of my presentation. So in this case, the methodology that we use for my research was the uplift research. First of all, that methodology says that you need to detect the problem that you have in your research. So in this case, we know that the problem that we have is coexistent problems, and that we have at the same time a poor level of English, but is because the coexistent problems affect directly the English class. Okay, so for this case, in this kind of methodology, we need to first of all detect what is the problem, and then we need to make strategies and activities that try to better that problem. Okay, so that was the methodology that we use in the project. This is another method that we use that I use in my project. That is the qualitative research. That say that you need to obtain information for the students about the problems or the situation that you are going to try to better. So for this reason, it's important know what is exactly the opinion that the persons that are have participation in the project have about the problem. In this case, for that reason, we made like a series of questions to the students for know what is the opinion about the English class, what is the opinion about the classroom, what is the opinion about the classmates, what is the opinion about the teacher and all the environment that they have in the classroom. So with this method, we try to know what is the opinion about the students about the problems that they have. So in the research schedule, we I made this schedule. Obviously, we don't do that because for the situation of the coronavirus, but we try to make this schedule. So if you want, you can read this schedule. First of all, we try to obviously the formulation of the project according to the needs of the students. In this case, what the first week that we made the observation process, we detect what is the problem that we have, and obviously we make that is the start of the project. In the second week, we start of the project, distribution of them and explanation of the same. In this case, we detect what is the problem, and we start with the project process. In the week 3, we obviously organize the words groups, because in this project, one of the most important methodologies are the team words, because they have so many problems with the coexistence, so it's important that they work together for obviously acceptance the difference, respect, and obviously have opportunity to learn of your coworker when you learn English. Okay, and the week 4, the activity proposed by the project are developed. I mean, all the activities that we propose for these projects, the students are going to make. That activities obviously try, first of all, that the students learn English, but learn English and at the same time they learn how to respect your classmate, how to tolerance your classmates, and all that, all this the dynamic of my project. We have the reference here. If you want, you can read the reference. In my research, I try to find 3 different of reference. First of all, reference that talk about the coexistence, because it's the first problem that I detected. Second, I try to find reference or research about the teaching and learning English process, about how you can learn better, what strategies you can use for learn and teach English. So for that reason, we have this theory here. And the 3 things that I'm going that I use in my reference, in my research project, was things that talk about the respect, things that talk about the importance of use the teamwork in the classroom. So for that reason, I use and I put here in my presentation a series of reference that I use in my project. Obviously, first of all, one that talk about the coexistence, other that talk about the English, and the other that talk about the respect and the teamwork. I use theories and all those things, obviously. Evidence. In this case, as I told you in the methodology of my project, I say that it's important to know what is the opinion of the students about the educational process. So we make like a questionnaire with this question. You can read this question. And these questions are important because we know the opinions of the students about the English class. What is the opinion of the students about to working in groups? What is the opinion of the student about what is the feelings that they have in the classroom? If obviously they want to play, it is more easy play and learn English with, with dynamic or didactic strategies. So for that reason, we made this kind of questions, and it's important obviously know what is the opinion of the students about these questions, because it's like it's something that is important for use in my project. Well, thank you. So for finish, my defense of my project, I want to say that was a really interesting process. I mean, my school, that the name of my school is Nuevo Cervantes Conocer, is a school that is in the center of the city here in Medellin. If you don't know, the center of the city here in Medellin is it's like a neighborhood that has so many problems with violence, with guns, with drones, and the students that we have that I received in the 10th grade students are that kind of students with so many problems because they they all the life the only that they see is violence, and obviously they have that in the classroom. So for that reason, what's important and what's easy at the same time detected that students have that kind of problem, because it's the kind of neighborhood that normally is really dangerous and all those things. But what's interesting, know that problem, and what's interesting, try to find a solution for the problem that they have. So for me, was a really nice experience working this project. I do everything. I want to thank you to the teacher Marisela for, because was opportunity to learn how to make a project. It's the first time that I make a project in English, and it's the first time that I make something about this kind of situation. And I think that my project is really usable to not only for this specific situation here in Medellin. You can use in if you have a classroom or if you have a student with coexistent problems, and at the same time if you have students that have a really poor level of English. With these things that I make in this project, I think that we can have a really good environment in the classroom, a really good coexistence, respect, tolerance. The students learn values, and at the same time they learn English. I mean, so it's really, really nice. So thank you so much, and that's all. Bye.